Hey guys, today I'm going to be measuring out the exact quantity, weights of all the parts from a large Pick-a-Brick box and comparing them to a previous Pick-a-Brick cup and seeing which is actually the better value. So, let's get into it. As you can see, I packed this sucker full. Wanted to make sure we get all our value worth for this one, especially since they've increased the price. We got cobwebs, leaves, vines, whole bunch of stuff. The newer D-snot piece. So yeah, I'm gonna take all this out, dump it in the cup, and then add up all the weight and stuff. To note at the start, it is exactly 13 ounces including the box, which I imagine doesn't add a whole lot, but I'll measure it at the end and then do the math and cancel it out. So barely into it and already running into problems because it's a lot easier to pack into a box than to pack into a round cup, especially with the stud at the bottom. So you can see a lot of dead space in there that's not getting filled. Obviously, if you were in the Lego store and packing it, you wouldn't do this. You would do some different kind of method that would make it fit better, but so far in terms of just packing, I think the box gets the win for that. Alright, I've got the whiteboard set up, so I'm adding up the stuff. So gold leaves, it takes 20 to set off to 0.1 ounce. It would be better to have in grams, unfortunately, the scale does ounces. Also using some lids that are 0.3 ounces, and then I'll just cancel out and then get the total. And then I'll go to Bricklink, or not Bricklink, I'll go to the Pick-a-Brick website and then see how much they cost for brand new from Lego themselves. The bushes, obviously, a lot of the bigger pieces, I don't really need to actually weigh out, but the flames, the gold leaves, that would be really annoying to count. Pardon all the sloppy handwriting, but I've got all the stuff written out. So purple plate, the conical roof. I've done a bit of shorthand just to make it easier. Then I'm going to go in and put the $sign, but as you can see the leaves, I have to do a bit more because I've got to do the weight to get an estimate. So about 240-ish if I did the math right. The scale might be a little off because it's in ounces. But yeah, then I'll do the math. Alright, I finished up adding up all the quantities and estimates of about the number, and it's looking pretty promising. There's 500 little flames about, and I mean, yeah, probably. I don't feel like counting all those, so that seems about right. Alright, I did a lot of math. I did not find a lot of parts, but I did get a lot of parts still. So it's about $45 just for all the parts that I found, and that's not including 504 flames. So if those small flames were on the Pick-a-Brick service right now, or I just didn't find them, even if they were just like a cent a piece, I'd still be like $5 more. So considering that it's about $18, I would certainly say I got my money's worth. Yeah. See you next time.